on News 11.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. A plane has crashed in El Cajon in San Diego County. This happened around 7 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, just north of Interstate 8. The aircraft took down several power lines, knocking out power in the surrounding area. According to the San Diego Sheriff's Office, this was a small jet plane. So far, officials have confirmed it was flying toward Gillespie Field before it went down. So far, no word on any injuries or how many people were on board. Crews are on scene right now trying to piece together what exactly happened. Again, if you're just joining us, a small jet plane went down in the El Cajon area in nearby San Diego, toppling several power lines. Residents there tonight are without power. You can see those images with the crews on scene. We're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest on KYMA.com as well as Sunrise. Our other top story on this Monday night, the port of entry in San Luis went back to being open 24 hours a day today. Since the start of the pandemic, hours have been limited for entry into Mexico. The whole goal was to stop the spread of COVID, but for both families and businesses like retail and agriculture who rely on cross-border travel, many really felt a negative impact. Again, full operations resumed today. The mayor of San Luis, Gerardo Sanchez, told us he is grateful for the support on both sides of the border. And the Christmas holiday didn't stop undocumented immigrants from crossing into our country. The daily average reached almost 1,000 this past week. The Morelos Dam, still a hotspot for large groups crossing into our country over the last month. Arlette Youssef with the latest.
Over 2,700 migrants crossed into the Yuma sector during the holiday weekend alone, with some days seeing as many as 1,000 undocumented immigrants at the border. A bottleneck of migrants crossing the border continues stretching the local processing system thinner than usual.
It's been a rough month. It's been a rough year overall, but this last portion of the month where we had this large influx of migrants coming over, crossing over at the Algodones section has been extremely difficult.
Yuma County Board of Supervisors Chairman Tony Reyes says there is some government help, but it's not designed to help large groups.
The federal government has set up processing centers. They do have hotels that serve as that, and they do have their own facilities where they keep most of these people. They keep them in that location, so they're not walking around the city, they're not walking around small towns.
Processing times vary, but usually each person spends about 72 hours with Border Patrol and another 72 hours with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Those people, although they come and they don't come, quote, the right way, they're still people who we need to deal with.
Some migrants travel far and long for the chance to step foot in the United States, all at the risk of being sent back to the very place they are running from. Reporting in Yuma, Arlette Youssef.
In local crime news tonight, there is a search underway for a suspect following a shooting on Christmas Day. Just after 5:30 in the morning, Yuma police were called to a home on West 12th Street after someone reported hearing shots fired. Officers found a man with gunshot wounds who was taken to the hospital. Nearby property was also damaged and multiple casings were found on scene. The suspect in this case, who remains at large, is looking at attempted homicide charges. If you have any information, you can remain anonymous by calling 78 Crime. Tonight, a Phoenix police officer remains hospitalized in critical condition after being shot numerous times earlier this month. 22-year-old Tyler Moldovan responded to calls of a person driving erratically the night of December 14th. The suspect, now identified as 24-year-old Essa Williams, was later found hiding on the patio of an apartment complex. When confronted, police say the suspect shot the officer 8 times. Moldovan has been hospitalized for weeks now, and his family says he is making baby steps in his recovery. He is opening his eyes every now and then, but still has a long way to go. A judge in Colorado has set a new hearing date to reconsider a 110-year prison sentence handed down against a truck driver who caused the death of 4 people in a 2019 crash. In October, a jury found Rohel Aguilera Maderos guilty of 27 charges stemming from the deadly crash along I-70. Mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines led to the initial 110-year sentence, which sparked protests and calls for clemency. One online petition was signed over 5 million times, and the governor's office is reviewing a request for clemency. Today, the district attorney announced that the state will ask the judge for a new sentence of between 25 to 30 years after both sides provide the court with additional information before the next hearing on January 13th.
My office started the resentencing process the same week the defendant was sentenced, so that the court could consider an alternative sentence that was not bound by mandatory sentencing structures. Given the conduct and in consultation with the victims and survivors, we will likely be recommending a sentence of between 20 to 30 years when the court is ready to go to that hearing.
Last week, the district attorney also noted her decision was based on the facts of this case, as well as input from the victims and their families. And big news on the COVID front today. The CDC shortened its recommended isolation and quarantine period. The CDC now says those who are asymptomatic or no longer showing symptoms can shorten their isolation period from 10 to 5 days, followed by 5 days of wearing a mask around others. The change comes as scientists prove that most coronavirus transmissions happen 1 to 2 days prior to symptoms and 2 to 3 days after. The CDC also says those who are unvaccinated or haven't gotten their second COVID shot should quarantine for 5 days, followed by 5 more days of strict mask usage. So while the federal government is focused on ramping up COVID testing, it's still a little hard to come by. This is video from Texas, but the scene was the same in both Yuma and Imperial counties. Cars wrapped around the block at both Sunset Health and Regional Center for Border Health. Thousands of people rushed to testing sites before and after the holiday, and the long lines may be here for at least the next few weeks. At-home test kits are also sold out, and appointments at CVS are full several days out.
People have stopped wearing their masks. They stopped being cautious. They're fatigued with the whole thing, and they're getting out there, being around people, and they're just spreading it like wildfire.
Again, testing is important, officials say, because you could have no symptoms at all, but still test positive and spread the virus onto others. Statewide, Arizona is reporting 7,000 new cases today. Yuma County reporting 92 cases today. As mentioned, YRMC is reporting 2 new deaths. This is not reflected, however, in this update from the county. For Imperial County, they provided us with an update over the weekend. 123 new cases in Imperial County and sadly 2 new deaths. And even during the busy holiday week before New Year's, there are a few dozen still coming out to get the shot. 89 new doses administered today in Yuma County, 50 in the Imperial Valley. And the number of COVID patients has remained relatively stable at Yuma Regional Medical Center. Right now, there are 69 patients hospitalized. Among them, only 11 are vaccinated. A total of 20 patients are in the COVID ICU. The hospital is also, again, as we mentioned, reporting 2 new deaths. However, these numbers have not yet been reflected by the county's daily update. Thousands more flights were canceled today as COVID cases triggered air crew shortages, and now some travel insiders worry the chaos could extend through New Year's Eve. In tonight's Consumer Watch, what one expert says you may be entitled to if your flight happens to be canceled.
A travel nightmare continues. Thousands more flights canceled following a chaotic holiday weekend.
We're expecting New Year's weekend to be very, very busy. With a lot of travelers flying, and we're expecting these delays to continue, particularly if there's more bad weather.
More than 2,600 flights had been canceled around the globe as of Monday afternoon. More than 1,000 of those flights were within, into, or out of the U.S., and thousands more routes were delayed, according to the flight tracking site FlightAware. Airlines partly blaming an Omicron-fueled surge in COVID cases that caused staff and crews to call out sick.
In the past, when we've seen these mass cancellation events, it's been 1 or 2 airlines who kind of had a meltdown. Right now, Omicron is an equal opportunity offender. It's going after everybody.
So what are your rights if the airline cancels your flight? Travel expert Willis Orlando says you're eligible for a refund.
If your entire itinerary is canceled and you decide, hey, I'm not going to take this flight, I'm not going to take an alternative flight with this airline, you're entitled to every single penny you spent on that ticket.
This also applies if you're already in transit and the second leg of your trip is canceled. Orlando recommends you check your flight status frequently, contact your airline, and be proactive.
Instead of just waiting to get on hold and hoping they can do something for you, get online, go on Google Flights, take a look at alternative itineraries that might work for you.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Globally, airlines canceled more than 6,000 flights over the Christmas holiday weekend. The disruptions come at the busiest time of the year for air travel. The TSA says it screened millions of people each day over the holiday weekend, peaking at 2.19 million travelers last Thursday. Last Wednesday, more people passed through TSA checkpoints than on the same day in 2019. Shoppers apparently turned out in droves as well to grab those holiday deals. MasterCard released a new report showing U.S. retail sales rose 8.5% year over year between November 1st and Christmas Eve. The credit card company pointed to clothing sales as helping drive the surge. MasterCard also found shoppers were out earlier, and many turned to brick-and-mortar stores this year, in part due to fears about shipping delays. According to the report, in-store sales during the holiday period jumped more than 8% compared to last year. Still, online shopping saw significant growth, accounting for nearly 21% of total sales over the holidays. Home insurance premiums for the new year appear to be rising faster than inflation. According to the Insurance Information Institute, the average homeowner may see a 4% increase on the cost of their homeowner's policy for 2022. In fact, since 2017, premium rates are up more than 11% on average, which means they are rising right now faster than inflation. Factors such as natural disasters and rising costs for raw materials like lumber and supply chain issues are making the replacement costs for a home soar. In some states, insurance costs are rising faster than others. Nearby Colorado experienced a 21% increase in average annual premiums from 2017 to 2020, while Texas homeowners saw an 18% spike in that same time frame. All right, happy Monday night. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Rob Fram is off for the rest of the week, but I hope you all had a good one, spending some good quality time with family. We are taking a look outside on that RV World Ema Sky Cam. Of course, we do have some moisture in that forecast as well as the cloud coverage to talk about. We'll tell you how long that's sticking around and for how long, coming up in that 8-day forecast in just a bit. Now to a heads up on the road. Expect delays on State Route 195 in Yuma starting January 4th. The Arizona Department of Transportation tells us contractors are scheduled to complete utility work near East County 14th Street. This will impact both directions from 9 to 3. Well, still ahead here on News 11, new year, new goals. What experts say we should all strive for as we head into 2022.
Untitled has the gift that keeps giving, with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles arriving weekly and ready to go to a good home. Sedans, trucks, SUVs, all with special holiday pricing. Visit UnitedToyotaImperial.com today.
Don't you worry now. There's no need to worry now. It's been a long, long day, and you can shine now.
Nick Bolton here with the latest from Bell & Howell. We call them tack glasses. Inspired by the sunglasses worn by our heroes in uniform, tack glasses block blinding glare so well, invisible objects suddenly become visible. Enhance colors to give you vision as sharp as an eagle's and survive even the harshest conditions. Look, ordinary sunglasses just make things darker, which could be deadly in a tactical situation. Tack glasses improve optical clarity so you can see clearly even in low light. If you've never seen how this light filtering technology works, check this out. Nothing to see, right? But look again as we hold up our tack glasses. A colorful American eagle is revealed. Amazing!
Act now to get your tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. So don't delay. Order yours today.
To order, call 1-800-287-1705. Again, that's 1-800-287-1705, or order online at trytackglasses.com.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Well, John, the stage is set for the final transaction.
That's right, Joe. Heather's moment has arrived, and you just hope all that training pays off.
Heather lays down her purchase, but Randy rings it up as slowly as he can.
He is a wily veteran.
It gives Heather's eyes the chance to wander.
Uh-oh.
Yep, she's looking at the cigarette.
Nothing good back there. Quit now, and in 5 years, your odds of getting certain cancers drop 50%.
Meanwhile, Randy's stone-faced. He's giving nothing away. He just stands there, wetting his cashier's finger on that sponge.
Heather toes the rubber.
Here we go. Heather's arm is in motion. But instead of pointing at the back wall, she just grabs the gum off the counter.
That's a slick move.
Heather back, back, back. She is out of there. Even Randy tips his cap to Heather. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally wants you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
You're watching Nightside on KYMA News 11, where news comes first.
Welcome back. The year is almost over, and as you plan how to celebrate the end of 2021, doctors say now is also the best time to take stock of your health and make changes to improve in the year ahead. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has a look at the 5 things that should be on your end of the year health checklist.
Before you ring in the new year, make sure you set yourself up for a healthy 2022.
It's never too late to jump back on the bandwagon, especially if you've put your health needs on the back burner.
Dr. Neha Via says good preventative care helps catch health issues early when they may be easier to treat. She recommends adding these 5 things to your year-end health checklist. Number 1, schedule wellness exams. These visits include a physical exam, making sure you're up to date with your vaccinations, and screenings to check for diseases. Number 2, prioritize sleep today. Don't wait until next year to create a consistent bedtime routine. And put away screens at least a half hour before going to sleep.
It's not a surprise that many of our sleep habits have been disrupted during the pandemic. We are sleeping later.
Number 3, jumpstart your nutrition and exercise habits. Start making small changes now to your nutrition and workout routine.
This is a journey and not a destination. So some of these healthy habits should be incorporated before the start of the new year.
Number 4, discuss your mental well-being. Talk with your doctor about any mental health concerns you have, like anxiety and depression. And finally, play. As hectic as the final days of the year are, make sure you schedule some time to go outdoors and enjoy time with family.
Don't forget our furry friends. They have been there for us during the pandemic and even before, and they are vital to improve our mental health.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
In consumer news tonight, grocery prices are at an all-time high across the country, and it's impacting many of us here locally too. News 11's Melissa Zaremba tells us more on how locals are feeling about that sticker shock.
I'm starting to notice a big increase in prices. It almost feels like California prices. It's almost like we can't even have a carne asada anymore.
Grocery prices are 3.8% higher compared to October 2020. Food prices nearly tripled beyond the 10-year average. The increase is changing some people's shopping habits.
We definitely feel it in our household. We're definitely thinking twice about certain things that we're purchasing when we used to not do that.
Prices for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs are up 10.4%. Despite the rise in prices, it still isn't stopping some people from buying the food they need.
I'm sure it's hard, especially for people that have a harder time making ends meet, but we just got to make the best of it.
With items being more expensive, shoppers are changing their lifestyle to adjust to this change.
Definitely more careful, using lots of coupons, and then sometimes we're missing out on some of the stuff that we used to enjoy.
Senator Mark Kelly has reached out to the Biden administration, hoping to find a solution to decrease grocery prices for struggling Arizona families. Kelly lays out key ways that could help. One is establishing an interagency working group within the administration's supply chain task force, which will focus on lowering food prices for middle-class families. But still no word when prices will come down. Reporting in Yuma, Melissa Zaremba, News 11.
Melissa, thanks. And the countdown is on, and already job seekers are getting ready for the new year. To help you hit the ground running, our career experts have some tips. Only a few days left in 2021, and with the new year come new opportunities. Career expert with the Goodwill Career Center of Yuma, Leah Soto-Graham, says first and foremost, your resume should be updated with all your latest details.
Be sure to highlight the things that best show you off and why you're right for the job. Start with certifications. Certifications are ways of showing that you are officially certified. Next, be sure to highlight anything that you've done that includes internships or volunteer opportunities. These things show that you've spent your time in a productive way. Of course, if you have any degrees or any advanced education as well, include that on your resume too.
And as always, if you need help revamping your resume, you can visit your local Goodwill Career Center or visit kyma.com for the latest employment information. All right, take another look outside on that RV World Yuma Sky Cam. We'll talk about that 8-day forecast in just a bit.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
At Denver Mattress, we believe a little tranquility goes a long way. So add a little tranquility into your sleep with the Colorado mattress. Packed with over 500 individually wrapped coils. And made in the USA at our very own Denver Mattress Factory, the Colorado mattress is the perfect combination of comfort and value. Visit your local Denver Mattress today and take one home for only $499.99. The Colorado mattress only at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. From exams and cleanings to more expensive procedures, they're all included with the Carefree Dental Card. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month and everyone in your household can use the same card.
Call the number on the screen. Representatives are standing by to assist you. Do you love spending your time on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok?
KYMA.com. All the news you need right at your fingertips.
If you have experience with WordPress, love doing everything you can to get eyeballs on a post or story, then KYMA.com is looking for someone like you to lead a team of digital experts into new frontiers. To apply, go to KYMA.com.
With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. We are Rotary. We are people of action. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Hi there, I'm Cole Johnson. Tomorrow on Sunrise, while airports across the country reached holiday travel chaos over the Christmas weekend, the Omicron variant brought its own surge as 6,000 flights were scratched over the weekend globally. We'll continue to track the effect of this virus at airports heading into the new year. Plus, after warming up a bit for the holidays, temperatures across the desert Southwest are on their way back down for a chillier final week of 2021. These stories and more tomorrow on Sunrise.
Welcome back. Today marks the second day of the week-long celebration of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa became popular in the 1980s in tandem with the Black Power movement. Following Christmas, the non-religious observation of African Americans' ancestral roots celebrates 7 core principles. In a way similar to the menorah in Hanukkah, a candle is lit each night on a 7-branch candelabra called the kinara. The first candle lit on Sundays for the principle of unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Other core principles include creativity, responsibility, self-determination, and faith.
Now, your Weather Authority local forecast.
Well, the weather was doing something residents in Arizona aren't necessarily used to: rain. Rainfall totals all around the Phoenix area exceeded 1 inch in nearly every neighborhood, and the rainfall broke a long-standing record. Out at Sky Harbor Airport, official totals hit 1 inch. The previous record for December 24th was 0.93 inches, set back in 1944. The wet weather made for soggy conditions for those last-minute shoppers. Forecasters say the rest of the year might also be rather soggy. Definitely, we did have some showers that are still going to be in the atmosphere. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But again, just hope you guys all had a great Christmas, taking a look outside on that RV World News Sky Cam. Let's take a look at those temperatures right now because we are relatively very chilly outside. If you've been out and about, you've probably felt it. You probably need a few layers to not feel so cold. So definitely those conditions are going to be sticking around with the possibility of moisture, as I mentioned. Again, we'll get to that in just a little bit. Your forecast for tonight, we are going to be dipping down to those lower end 40s, mid 40s as we get closer to the coast. Same story for the Yuma area as well, a little bit colder in Welton and Tacna. Your air quality index brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Thankfully, these cold conditions are not contributing to anything changing with your air quality. Your Yuma International Airport extended forecast, you can see that cloud coverage in that system is going to be staying in the area by Thursday and Friday. We have a 50 and 40% chance of rain respectively. That moisture is going to be clearing out. We're going to have a little bit of sunshine for the weekend, but still colder temperatures. That cloud coverage will be making a return, so just something to keep in mind. It is December in the desert Southwest, so no surprises there, and we could always use more rain. Well, hey, up next, the Winter Olympics are now about 1 month out. Tonight in sports, a preview of the athletes to watch out for.
allergies, asthma. Be prepared. The News 11 team has you covered with the Air Quality Index. See what you should prepare for each day, every day, on our local newscast. Sponsored by Imperial County Air Pollution Control District.
Trust. The belief that someone or something is reliable, good, honest, and effective.
Hi, I'm Russell McLeod with Accurate Automotive Attention. While we believe it's okay to have fun at work, we also take the trust you place in us very seriously. Since 1969, we've worked to earn and keep the trust of those who allow us to service their automotive needs. Accurate Automotive is AAA approved and is consistently voted Yuma's best for customer service and automotive repair. I personally guarantee your satisfaction with our service.
Should we tell them that we're both #1 for the biggest selection of pre-owned inventory in Yuma?
Nah, this is more fun.
For the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in Yuma, visit us at Chapman Chevrolet Buick GMC, Chapman Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, or online at ChapmanYuma.com.
Hi, it's me, Anthony Sullivan. And yes, you've actually caught me at home relaxing, because life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with American Residential Warranty. You won't believe what ARW covers. Heating and air conditioning, washers and dryers, kitchen appliances, plumbing, water heaters, electrical systems, flat screens and laptops, even pools and spas, and so much more. Call American Residential Warranty. They'll get you covered.
1-800-219-4161.
Hi there, I'm Cole Johnson. Tomorrow on Sunrise, while airports across the country reached holiday travel chaos over the Christmas weekend, the Omicron variant brought its own surge as 6,000 flights were scratched over the weekend globally. We'll continue to track the effect of this virus at airports heading into the new year. Plus, after warming up a bit for the holidays, temperatures across the desert Southwest are on their way back down for a chillier final week of 2021. These stories and more tomorrow on Sunrise.
Addiction doesn't have to chip apart your family and destroy your life. Before you lose your job, your family, your life, call Crossroads Mission for a free addiction assessment. Crossroads Mission has multiple services to stabilize family members and help piece your lives back together. Beating addiction starts with a desire to change. You can become the person you are destined to be. For advice, help, or hope, call 928-328-8082.
This portion of News 11 at 10 is sponsored by Papasan Rice Bowl.
Now, local sports from KYMA News 11.
Welcome back. With the Winter Olympics around the corner, we want to tell you about some of the athletes to watch out for. Nathan Chen is one of them. His first Olympics 4 years ago did not go so well, but he knows he will arrive in Beijing as one of the favorites in men's figure skating, not just because of all the hard work he has done out on the ice, but because of the way he has learned to relax off of it as well.
I can play instruments, not like super proficiently. I know how to play guitar. I've played piano in the past.
If we brought out a guitar, would you mind playing a little bit for us?
Sure.
All right.
Music has definitely played a big role in my life. Obviously, as a skater, we're skating to music, so being able to be comfortable with music and truly enjoy it, I think, is key for figure skaters. Music has been really helpful in getting me in the right mindset and being able to calm me down and being able to just give me a sense of peace when I'm either preparing to compete or just at home and not really doing too much. It's nice to have in the background, just, it sets up a nice vibe.
Apologies for some of the audio issues at the beginning there, but yes, the Winter Olympics begin February 3rd. You can only catch the action right here on News 11. Well, the other countdown we are keeping an eye on, New Year's Eve. We take you to New York for a preview of the preparations underway.
When news breaks, News 11 is on the scene. If it affects you, we investigate.
Mayeli says hundreds of people come to the border every day.
Like when the border crisis takes us around the globe, to exclusive stories in our backyard.
Exclusive interview, she described the border crisis as a failure of the current.
And stories developing as you watch this. On air, on KYMA.com. News 11 is there 24/7.
Introducing the Cool Turtle, the ultra-comfortable mask enhancer that creates a protective, cool, and breathable space between your mask and your face. Simply slide under any mask or gaiter and immediately feel the refreshing pocket of air surrounding your face. Cool Turtle's ergonomically designed, soft, comfortable shell immediately reduces mask friction, allowing you to breathe and talk in a comfortable environment.
I can actually breathe. With the Cool Turtle, no more sweating. It's like I don't even have a mask on.
Call now and get not one, not two, but 3 Cool Turtles for just $10. Order now and we'll send you 2 more Cool Turtles free. No fees, absolutely free. Plus, you can get a 10-pack of 4-ply face masks. Just pay a separate fee. This offer is not available on Amazon. Get the real Cool Turtle now.
Call 1-800-270-1219. That's 1-800-270-1219. Or visit getcoolturtle.com. Order now.
Careful, your regular old can opener leaves razor-sharp edges.
Ouch!
You need the new Safety Can Express. Now you can pop the top off and leave perfectly smooth edges on the lid and the can. Other openers use blades to cut through the lid, leaving razor-sharp edges. Safety Can Express actually unseals the lid from the side, leaving smooth, safe edges. Safety Can works on broken pop-top cans, dented cans, big heavy cans, small odd-shaped cans too. No more sharp steel when Safety Can breaks the seal. Call and get the new Safety Can Express, just $29.99. But wait, call now and you can double your order. Just pay a separate fee. We'll even ship it to you fast and free. This offer is not available on Amazon. Call now.
Call 1-800-991-1611 or visit safetycanexpress.com. So call 1-800-991-1611 now.
All right, we are having some trouble with our graphics, but we want to give you an update now on that plane crash out of El Cajon we brought you at the top of the hour. If you're just joining us, a small jet plane crashed this evening, toppling numerous power lines. Lakeside officials who are on scene right now say they still can't confirm how many people were on board, but are unable to find any survivors. No injuries reported for anyone on the ground, but again, the jet plane was completely shattered according to officials. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, still a very active scene tonight. We have been able to confirm with the San Diego Sheriff's Office that the plane was headed toward Gillespie Field before it went down. These images coming to us from the scene just literal moments ago. Officials have the area cordoned off as they continue to investigate what exactly happened. We will have more on this on KYMA.com and Sunrise tomorrow morning.